Welcome to Whispers and Confessions. There might be a twist waiting, so please make sure to watch until the end. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Let's begin right away.
Hi, I'm James, a 33-year-old sales professional at a mid-sized company. I've been with the firm for over a decade since graduating college, working my way up from an entry-level position. The work environment is great, with supportive leadership and a positive atmosphere. In my downtime, I'm an avid reader and movie buff, with a particular soft spot for mysteries. I'd describe myself as hardworking and on the quieter side, just your average guy in the corporate world. One of my mentors, Michael, has been particularly influential in my career. At 41, he's 8 years my senior and has been looking out for me since I started. He's well respected around the office, great at his job, approachable, and a hit with the female staff. Michael's hospitality extends beyond work. He frequently invites me to his home for dinner. His wife, Nicole, 3 years his junior, is an amazing hostess who always insists I eat my fill. With her striking looks and strong personality, Nicole has become like a big sister to me. That evening, I found myself at their place again after work, responding to Michael's invitation. I let myself in. I called out, comfortable enough by my fifth visit to enter. Nicole's green thumb was evident throughout their home, which was filled with the delightful scent of her flourishing plants and flowers. "Welcome. Dinner's almost ready." Nicole greeted me with her signature warm smile. "Thanks for having me. Here's a little something," I said, offering the cake I'd brought. "You shouldn't have. But thank you so much," Nicole responded, genuinely pleased. I'd picked up a cake from a trendy local bakery, knowing their shared sweet tooth. Their apartment was impressive, spacious with a beautiful garden terrace. While dinner was being prepared, I stepped out to get some fresh air and admire the garden. The roses and various flowers were thriving under Nicole's careful attention. Isn't it incredible? Managing to create this oasis in an apartment. As I was taking in the garden's beauty, Nicole's gentle voice called from behind. "James, dinner's ready." "Oh, right there." Back inside, I found the table set with an appetizing spread of steak and salad. Nicole was known for her culinary skills, especially her perfectly cooked steaks, and I couldn't wait to dig in. "Everything looks amazing, as always." "Thank you for the meal," I said eagerly. "Hee hee. I'm so glad you enjoy it." Nicole beamed. "The food's incredible tonight, honey. Beautiful and talented in the kitchen." "I really hit the jackpot," Michael said, beaming with pride. My, all these compliments. What are you up to?" Nicole teased. "Nothing at all." Michael chuckled. Dinner was filled with easy conversation and laughter. Michael and Nicole had such great chemistry. They were relationship goals in my book. Since we had the next day off, we moved on to some whiskey and continued chatting. "So, James, what's the deal with you being single?" Michael asked, swirling his glass. While I appreciated Michael's concern, this topic always made me squirm. "Like I keep telling you, marriage isn't on my radar right now. Been a while since I dated, and I'm not really thinking about settling down," I replied, shifting uncomfortably. "You're missing out. Marriage is fantastic, especially when you find someone as perfect as Nicole," Michael declared proudly. "All right, that's enough from you. You've had plenty to drink, and James doesn't need the third degree," Nicole intervened, confiscating Michael's glass. "No worries, I appreciate the concern," I said with a smile. Nicole always knew when to step in when Michael got tipsy and started with the personal questions. "Thing is, though, we don't have kids. With a little one, we'd be the complete package," Michael said, looking sad. Michael and Nicole had been trying for 5 years without success. They eventually learned Michael had fertility issues, but it was such a sensitive topic that I never pressed for details. "From where I'm standing, you two seem pretty perfect already," I offered supportively. "Yeah, I just feel bad about not being able to." Michael trailed off, head down. "We can't change the past," Nicole said matter-of-factly. "But just imagine how beautiful Nicole's kids would be," Michael sighed. Enough already. We've been through this. It is what it is, Nicole said firmly. Man, Nicole, you're really something else, I said admiringly. Well, someone has to be the strong one, Nicole replied with a knowing smile. It was true. Michael tended to get emotional when drinking, while Nicole remained practical and level-headed. They complemented each other perfectly. Over time, I became a regular at their place, grateful for their support through various challenges. Nicole, in particular, with her direct approach, became someone I could really count on to push me forward when I needed it. After about 2 years of this comfortable routine, Michael suddenly took a week off work. While unusual, I didn't think too much of it. Figured maybe he and Nicole were taking an impromptu trip. Then out of the blue, I got a text from Nicole inviting me over for dinner. That was odd since Michael usually handled the invitations. Still, excited to catch up after the break, I grabbed a gift and headed over. Hey there. Brought some layer cake, I announced as I arrived. Welcome. Oh wow, from that famous bakery? You're too kind. Nicole greeted me warmly before leading me to the living room. I noticed Michael wasn't around, which felt strange. Where's Michael? He'll be back later, Nicole replied casually. Figuring it wasn't a big deal, I sat down to enjoy the meal and share a toast with Nicole. Drink up, James. I'm in a drinking mood tonight, Nicole encouraged, which was unusual for her. Everything okay? I asked, curious about her uncharacteristic behavior. That evening, Nicole was unusually persistent about drinking together. This was strange since she typically discouraged excessive drinking, especially when Michael would overdo it. Let loose a little. Come on, have another, she insisted cheerfully. Following her lead, I found myself getting quite tipsy. Nicole, I think I've hit my limit here. She let out a playful laugh and teased, You can handle more than that. I've had plenty. Say, isn't it getting pretty late for Michael? Glancing at the clock, I noticed it was past midnight, with still no sign of him. Nicole's voice softened as she suggested, It's late. Why don't you crash here? Thanks, but with Michael not around, it feels a bit. Despite having stayed over before, being alone with Nicole made me uneasy. She was unusually insistent, though. Don't worry about it. He'll be back soon. Well, if you're sure. Unable to resist her persuasion, I agreed. After freshening up with a shower, I returned to find Nicole still nursing her drink alone. Still at it? I asked. Welcome back. Ready for bed, she replied, her alcohol-flushed cheeks making her look particularly alluring. Taking my hand with a smile, she led me to the master bedroom. Wait, shouldn't I sleep in the guest room like usual? Where are you planning to sleep? Right here with me. Hold on, that's not. I protested, but she firmly pulled me along. Finding myself lying next to her, my heart was racing. I'd always found her attractive, but up close, she was breathtaking. As I tried to calm my nerves and drift off to sleep, Nicole's voice cut through the silence. James, would you make love to me? What? Her unexpected proposition sent shockwaves through my body, and she pressed closer, her expression sultry. It's okay, isn't it? I know you want me to. Her playful touches were already eliciting a response from my body. My mind was in turmoil. This was my mentor's wife. This could ruin everything, and it would betray Michael's years of trust and guidance. I couldn't do this. Get it together, I kept telling myself, but my resolve was crumbling. Don't think about him, Nicole whispered seductively. Just focus on me right now. Are you sure about this? I asked, clinging to my last thread of conscience. Nicole's lips curled into a knowing smile. Can't change the past now. Her words shattered my final defenses. Though a voice in my head screamed this was wrong, my rationality had completely surrendered to her allure. When faced with such an enchanting woman's advances, who could possibly maintain their composure? Caught between desire and guilt, I finally gave in to her seduction, the alcohol clouding my judgment. Nicole melted into my embrace, her sweet scent intoxicating. Why now? I managed to ask, still stunned by this turn of events. Don't you want this? She whispered, gazing up at me with desire-filled eyes. Let's just enjoy ourselves tonight. Forget everything else. Her seductive smile and gentle voice set my heart racing. Seeing her pressed against me, yearning for my touch, passion surged through my body like wildfire. Nicole? The name escaped my lips as I instinctively clasped her hand. In that moment, something shifted in her expression. As if she'd been waiting for this precise moment, she slowly leaned in and captured my lips in a tender kiss. Each warm breath against my skin made my pulse quicken. Are you feeling nervous? She asked with a teasing smile. How could I not be? You're absolutely stunning up close. My voice quivered with emotion. Nicole's gentle smile was reassuring. We can stop if you want. That's the last thing I want, I replied with certainty. She responded by kissing me more deeply. The mix of desperation and loneliness in her touch only intensified my desire. Though guilt about Michael still nagged at me, I couldn't resist my attraction to her any longer. Don't speak. Just be with me. Sensing my internal struggle, she whispered those words and drew me into her warm embrace. Our hands intertwined as we gazed at each other, slowly becoming one. Her soft body pressed against mine as our temperatures rose together. You're so beautiful, Nicole. James. Her voice echoed through the room as her breathing grew heavy with passion. The intensity of the moment was overwhelming. Despite my past experiences, I'd never felt desire like this before. Her confident yet sensual demeanor continued to captivate me. As we both became more disheveled, I saw a more vulnerable side to her usually composed personality. You're always so self-assured, but right now you're adorably different. Stop teasing. No, really, I love seeing this side of you. James, please. Despite her protests, watching her lose control was incredible. We made passionate love multiple times, completely lost in each other. Afterward, I noticed a hint of lingering desire in her expression. My heart skipped seeing her flushed face and sparkling eyes. Somehow I still want more, she said with a slight pout. Really? You seemed pretty satisfied to me, I teased playfully. She placed her hand on my chest with a seductive smile. You're young. You can handle another round. That's so like you, I laughed. But then Michael's face flashed through my mind, bringing a wave of guilt. Anxiously, I spoke up. Michael's really late. Nicole's expression suddenly turned serious. He won't be coming back. What do you mean? I asked, confusion evident in my voice. She sat up in bed and stated matter-of-factly, we got divorced last week. That explained Michael's sudden time off work. The word divorce hit me like a ton of bricks, leaving me momentarily speechless. When I finally found my voice, it came out shaky and uncertain. Hold up, is that for real? Michael never mentioned anything? Nicole's lips curved into a bitter smile. Of course he wouldn't tell you. He had an affair. That's what led to our divorce. An affair? I echoed in disbelief. While part of me felt relieved that our earlier intimacy wasn't technically adultery, guilt still gnawed at my conscience. Nicole spoke with remarkable composure, her face betraying no hint of lingering feelings or pain. That's why I didn't stop what happened between us today. You don't need to feel bad about it. I had no idea. I lowered my gaze, trying to process my mixed emotions. Nicole's eyes held a steely glint. He had the audacity to act like nothing was wrong even after the affair came to light. I was furious, made him sign the divorce papers and kicked him out of the house right then and there. Her voice carried an unmistakable note of determination. Then, as if someone had flipped a switch, Nicole's expression softened. A blush crept across her cheeks as she ducked her head slightly. Truth is, I've had feelings for you for a while now. That's the real reason I invited you over today. My heart began racing wildly. All the emotions I'd been holding back came rushing to the surface at once, and I couldn't help but break into a smile. The fact that she was no longer my boss's wife, that barrier that had forced me to suppress my feelings, was suddenly gone. Nicole laughed playfully at my obvious joy. "What's that goofy grin about?" "Sorry, I'm really happy," I admitted with a sheepish laugh. Nicole's eyes crinkled warmly. "Well then, come visit me sometimes. I'll always cook something special for you." "Thanks." The next morning, I arrived at work still basking in the afterglow of Nicole's delicious breakfast. But something felt off about the office atmosphere. "Morning. Is it just me? Or does the office feel kind of tense today?" I carefully asked Emma, our resident office insider. Emma glanced around before leaning in to whisper, "Of course it does. Word is that Michael had an affair with someone from another department." "Really?" I feigned surprise, though knowing the truth made me uncomfortable. Emma leaned in closer, her expression growing more conspiratorial. "And get this, they say the woman was married too. Her husband actually showed up here and caused quite a scene. This could be serious for Michael. The company doesn't mess around with this kind of thing." Emma nodded gravely. "Yeah, he's definitely in serious trouble over this one." I was well aware of our company's strict policies, especially given the number of female executives. Previous cases of workplace affairs had resulted in department transfers and other disciplinary actions. Even though it was just office gossip, Michael didn't show up to work for quite a while after that, and there was no word about any transfer. I was concerned but decided to wait and see how things played out. Just then, my phone buzzed with a text from Nicole. "Hey James, dinner tonight? We should try eating out sometimes." After work, my heart fluttering with anticipation, I hurried to meet Nicole at the restaurant. The place was gorgeous, with a classic, upscale ambience. "This place is so fancy, I feel a bit out of my league," I admitted awkwardly. Nicole's warm smile put me at ease. "Don't be silly, just relax and enjoy." We had a wonderful time, chatting about everything and nothing. "So I hear Michael hasn't been coming to work?" "No, he hasn't," Nicole confirmed with a deep sigh. "Well, what's done is done. Just stay with me, if you're okay with that." "Of course." Nicole seemed to have truly moved forward. We started dating properly after that, going to movies, checking out art galleries, enjoying quiet dinners at home. I found myself falling harder for her unique blend of strength and femininity, and finally worked up the courage to make it official. "Nicole, I have feelings for you. Will you be my girlfriend?" Her eyes lit up. "Yes, absolutely. I've had feelings for you all along, too." It happened one evening after dinner, during a walk in the park. From then on, my days were filled with genuine laughter and pure happiness. Still, thoughts of Michael lingered in the back of my mind. He'd been transferred to another department, and we no longer crossed paths. I tried reaching out several times, but always hesitated, unsure what to say. Then one day, lost in these thoughts on my way home from work, I ran into Michael. "Michael, James, long time no see." He greeted me with his usual gentle manner, though he looked thinner and worn out. "You're not looking so great." "I'm sorry. I wanted to reach out, but—" My voice was heavy with concern. Michael managed a weak smile. "Would you like to get coffee?" We found a quiet cafe nearby. Michael spoke first. "You know, I wanted to contact you too, but couldn't bring myself to do it. You respected me so much. I didn't want to let you down." Pretty pathetic, right? "Not at all. I'm just glad we're talking now." An awkward silence fell between us. I wrestled with whether to bring up Nicole. Would he be angry? But before I could decide, Michael spoke up. "You're seeing Nicole now, aren't you? It's okay. Don't try to hide it. I saw you two together, holding hands." "I'm sorry," I blurted out, caught off guard. "I was planning to tell you properly." "Don't apologize. Nicole and I are done. There's nothing to worry about. That chapter is closed." His calm acceptance surprised me. The divorce was still fresh. How could he be so composed? I carefully pressed on. I feel terrible about this, but I couldn't fight my feelings. Michael shook his head. Really? Don't worry about it. No need for apologies. Things weren't as perfect between us as they might have seemed. What do you mean? Michael heaved a deep sigh. Nicole always wanted kids. We fought about it constantly. Everyone thought we had this perfect marriage, but that issue was always there. I got tired of it all and looked for comfort elsewhere. It was the worst mistake I could have made. I truly regret what I did to Nicole. So please, James, take care of her. After my conversation with Michael, I felt an even deeper desire to love and protect Nicole. Though she projected strength, I realized she might be carrying heavy burdens beneath that exterior. Following this revelation, I headed to her place. What brings you by so unexpectedly? Nicole asked, her expression a mix of surprise and curiosity. I just really needed to see you, I said, pulling her into a tight embrace. I want you to know that I'll always be here for you. Well, this is unexpected, Nicole said with a shy smile, her cheeks flushing. In that moment, I made a silent promise to stand by her side forever. As time passed, our relationship deepened through countless dates and shared moments. Each glimpse of vulnerability she showed beneath her confident facade only strengthened my feelings for her. My commitment to being her support grew stronger with each passing day. Then came the workplace drama. The atmosphere at the office turned noticeably chilly, and I soon discovered why. Rumors were spreading like wildfire. Hey, did I do something wrong? I asked Emma, our office gossip queen. Oh, honey, I personally don't judge, but word's getting around about you dating Michael's ex-wife, Emma replied with understanding eyes. The news of my relationship with Nicole had somehow leaked, becoming the hot topic of office gossip. Oh, that. People were buzzing with speculation, particularly about me supposedly pursuing my former boss's ex-wife. Don't sweat it too much, Emma reassured me with a warm smile. Office gossip has a short shelf life. They'll find something new to talk about soon enough. But contrary to Emma's prediction, the rumors intensified. Stories began circulating that Nicole and I had been involved before her divorce, that I was the real cause of their split, and some even had the audacity to criticize Nicole's character. It made my blood boil. So, there's been some talk going around the office about us. Have you heard anything? I carefully broached the subject with Nicole. I haven't really been in touch with anyone from Michael's circle lately, so this is news to me, but I'm more concerned about you. Are you okay? Nicole squeezed my hand, her eyes filled with concern. Honestly, not really. Dating the ex-wife of a former superior isn't exactly winning me any popularity contests, I admitted. That day, Nicole's carefully maintained composure cracked. I'm so sorry for dragging you into this mess. This is all my fault, she whispered, her voice shaking. Please don't apologize. I pursued this relationship because I care about you deeply, I responded with complete sincerity. But I'm causing problems for you at work, she said, tears threatening to spill. That's not true at all. I shouldn't have brought it up, Nicole tried to smile, telling me not to worry. The anxiety in her expression was clear. Despite my vow to protect her, I felt powerless. Then came the inevitable summons from management. Come in, I heard after knocking. Inside, several executives and Michael were waiting. Have a seat, the department head commanded coolly. I took the chair next to Michael. You're aware that your personal situation has become a topic of discussion throughout the company? Yes, I am, I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. While we typically avoid meddling in employees' personal lives, this situation raises some concerns. We need to address the facts. The department head fixed me with a stern look. Yes, I'm dating Michael's ex-wife. I don't see how that's problematic, I responded firmly, frustrated by the recent office politics. It's an ethical concern. Dating your superior's former spouse is highly inappropriate, a female executive stated coldly. Most would consider this situation questionable. What exactly do you expect me to do about it? I asked, keeping my rising anger in check. Personal drama can tarnish the company's reputation. We prefer to keep these matters outside the workplace. Consider this a warning. If this continues, we may need to consider transferring you. The department head's tone was unmistakably threatening. While I could somewhat understand their perspective, I wasn't convinced by their arguments. If I may, Michael suddenly spoke up, his voice resolute. I was the one who acted inappropriately by having an affair. James hasn't done anything wrong here. I'm fully aware of his relationship with my ex-wife, and he's been nothing but supportive of her. This shouldn't be fodder for office gossip. His words left the room in stunned silence. Thank you, Michael. His support helped me keep my position without any disciplinary action. The rumors gradually died down, and the cold shoulders disappeared. When I told Nicole about Michael's intervention, she visibly relaxed, returning to her usual self. Look at you. Still got it, she teased with her signature playful smile. A year later, I decided to take the next step. I made reservations at the restaurant where we had our first date and presented her with the ring, my hands trembling as I held it across the candlelit table. I want to love and protect you for the rest of our lives. Will you marry me? My heart was racing. If you're sure you want someone like me, then yes, absolutely yes, she replied, joy and tears mingling in her eyes. After our wedding, we moved into our dream home, a beautiful house with the spacious garden she'd always wanted for her gardening hobby. Now, we're expecting our first child, a baby girl due in spring. Hello, little one. This is your mommy. Nicole speaks to her growing belly daily, radiating happiness. My family keeps growing, and so does my desire to protect you both. I'll always be here for you and our daughter, I said, gently caressing her belly. My goodness, when did you become such a dependable man? Nicole teased with her usual playful look. Looking back, I couldn't be happier with how things turned out. I'm especially grateful for Michael's understanding during that difficult time. My commitment to loving and protecting Nicole and our soon-to-arrive daughter only grows stronger each day. Thanks for letting me share our story.